I use it as a gas, so they say that I'm gas, but how did I be last? So I ought to laugh. Make sure I got everything put together to gather my thoughts. Oh, Jacob, find down. You damn a nigga wild. Let's get these pictures. This is the last call for alcohol to my niggas. So get yourself off the wall. Yo, what's going on? Damn, I'm not gonna lie. It looked like I just woke up. I did not expect myself to look like that. Lord Jesus. All right, hold on. Let me make sure I'm online. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I see Facebook. I'm in the game. Let me mute that. Let's check YouTube. YouTube, is we in the game? Damn, I'm not going. Yep, we in the game on YouTube. Let me mute that. Boom. Let me see. Twitch, we in the game. We in the game, Twitch. Twitch, yep, we in the game. Okay, one more. Trovo, is we in the game? Yep, Trovo, we in the game. All right. So enough with these games. So what I wanted to talk to y'all is about something very important. I do not expect anybody to be online right now or probably even watching because it's very early. It's 11:30 Eastern time if you within my time zone. You know, 11:30 is kind of early. It's kind of early for a birdie. So, you know, I don't expect everybody to be on or watching right now. But I do feel like this is something that I should talk about, considering that this is within my field. You know, a lot of times I don't really speak on things that that have nothing to do with my field or my life. Like, it's very rare you would see me speaking about politics and, oh, I don't like Trump and all that other crazy mess, because I don't really know much about politics, so I try not to even speak on something I don't know. But this subject matter here, I know very well. And I know this subject matter very well because I've been around before this even existed. So what I wanted to talk about very quickly, I've talked about this, and I've actually been talking about this since about 2000, I say about 2016, 17-ish, when it first started to really build up. It really built up and it went absolutely bananas in about 2018, 19 is when it just got out of control, and it kind of died down within the past 2 years, all the way, 2021 and 2022, it died down, but I'm starting to notice it coming back to people recently. And I actually thought that a lot of these people would have died out and probably figured out something else to do, but they're still doing it. So I feel like I should still speak on it, considering that I am qualified to speak on this topic because I'm actually in the field. So if you already seen the title, I don't know which platform you might be watching me on, but I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about graphic design scammers. So I know literally everybody could probably relate to this, and I mean literally everybody, because they contact everybody. It's literally to the point now where the average Joe can't even scroll or have a normal inbox without dealing with these bastards. Like, it's to the point where everybody is dealing with them, and everybody is constantly coming up to me asking me about it. And I'm now to a point where I'm like, you know what? Now I got to address these people again. And I'm tired of addressing them. I'm tired of seeing them. I'm tired of addressing them. And it really offends me because a lot of them are of my race. So, which they are of my race, but they're not of my country. They are from my original country, which is Africa. Most of them come from there. They come from Africa, and some in the, a small percentage in the Middle Eastern, but a lot of them are coming from Africa. And to see my African brothers and sisters getting involved with this is very disappointing, because I feel like we're better than this. I feel like even my people in America who is doing this, we're better than this. We need to stop this. This is not funny. Scamming people out of their money, especially our own people who are already struggling and going through things. I don't find this funny. So let's go ahead and address this at hand. So today I got contacted. I've been contacted quite a few times within the past 2 weeks. One of my closest friends said that he's been getting inboxed a lot from this lately. And I'm like, wow, that they're still around. Like, I'm surprised, like, they still around at this point. People like me have already exposed them, and people already been on game. So I would think that nobody would still be falling for this. But these people are still kicking. They still kicking. Okay, so this guy, he comes to my inbox. I'm not going to expose his name or anything of that for privacy reasons. But he sends me these two pictures. And he sends me these pictures, and he says to me, Jay, I know that you know about this type of stuff. I've seen your video on YouTube, and, a lot of people have seen my videos on previous platforms. I had a video that went viral. It had like I wouldn't say super viral, but, it was like 100K. A lot of people seen this video, but of course my old channel is gone because another channel decides to report me and slide me out the game. But I'm going to go ahead and just do a new video for 2023. So basically he inboxed me telling me, he sent me these pictures and said, are these people legit? Now, this is the thing. It's hard for me to say who's legit and who's not legit because I don't know. Like, unless I've personally dealt with that person, I can't tell you if that person is legit. Maybe they scam and do some legit on the side. Maybe they legit and do some scamming on the side. I don't know. So I'm just going by what I know and what I have usually seen over the years. Okay, so first off, if you get contacted to do, any sort of graphic design done for you, listen to me. Get some work done from somebody or somebody that or ask somebody about somebody that have done a design for them before. Try to get with somebody you're comfortable with. Stop dealing with these outsiders or these people who are inboxing you extremely thirsty. When a person is already contacting you already in a thirsty manner to sell something, you should automatically just be skeptical. Like, yo, like it's hella other people out here. Why are you trying to get me? Like, what do you want me to buy this from you? If I don't have nothing on my page saying that I'm looking for this, why are you inboxing me and going crazy? So that's one of the first things. Okay, so if let's say you're just a regular Joe Schmo, you're chilling on your Instagram, you see a message request. You like, who is this message requesting me? Oh, I see this pretty little girl. You see this girl right here? Y'all might get an inbox from her. Y'all like, oh, okay, who is Shorty? She trying to DM me, well, let's see what she talking about. You open up her profile, you see this. Why? I want to say you pronounce that as Yvonne. Yvonne Tunes. You probably looking at that. Yvonne Tunes. Oh, and she look good. Oh, she got 90 posts, 1,296 followers. She may be legit. She got some followers. She following people. She following people more than people following her, and she's, and then this is the thing that really bothers me. God first. Now, come on, son. I don't like people mixing God when you're doing wrong. But let's just see that. You may see God first, and that may trigger you in a religious way. Because if you are religious, you see something like that, you may be like, wow, like, this person believes in God. They wouldn't scam me. They believe in God. They wouldn't scam me. Well, don't get it twisted. People who believed in God slaved people. So, that's another thing, too. But, one thing that I want people to understand, let's get right into it. Whenever you see a person posting this much in their description, that's automatically a red flag, number one. Most people who do scams, one of the first things that they do is they put these long descriptions of all of these wonderful things they could do. Oh, I could do cartoon pics, logos, album covers, and many more. And look, I like how that recycle thing is right next to that. Because they really need to say, and many more recycled designs that we stole from other designers on Instagram. That's what they really need to say. We're trying to sell you something that already exists, and we just screenshotted a picture from somebody else, and we're trying to sell it to you. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So once you see that, this should automatically be a red flag. But let's say, let's create a what do you call that? Let's create a fake scenario. I can't think of the word for it, but for lack of better words, let's create a fake scenario. Let's create a theory, right? Let's say this person was legit. Let me tell you something. If you are a legit designer, don't ever do this goofy shit right that you see right here. You see all of this cartoon pic, hashtag show love, no free artwork, send a DM to support, all of that. Don't do all of that. The only thing you need within your description is who you are, what type of stuff that you create, and you know the links to for people to support you in payments. We don't need to know all of this. You're doing too much. Once I see that, I'm automatically thinking, okay, this is a scammer. This is number one. Most scammers, they have like a list of things that they do. They have pictures that they put on their profile. They have certain words and keywords that they put on their profile. They organize everything in an organized way. And a lot of times these are copy and pasted. You understand? These are copy and pasted. So you can automatically look at this and tell, okay, this may be copy and pasted. This doesn't look unique. This description doesn't look unique. Okay. So another thing is the person is probably private. You probably go to their page. Everything is private. Or another way, if you go to the page and you look through the pictures, you're not seeing like a lot of comments of conversation or just, well, you know, because that's subjective. You know, sometimes you can go to profiles. A person could be straight up legit and you'll see no comments. So, you know, it just depends. But look, I'm going to give y'all the game. Just so this doesn't happen to too much people. I'm tired of seeing this happen to people, especially my people, especially my African-American people, especially my black women. Lord Jesus, my black women, I want you to listen to me very careful because I feel like they're targeting you guys more than anybody because they know that you guys don't know a lot about this type of field, right? So there's a lot of black women right now who are starting independent small businesses, like starting. And I know this for a fact. I'm not just saying this, choosing black women, you know, out of everybody else. I'm just saying this is from what I know as a designer who deals with people every day. There's a lot of young black women out here starting a lot of businesses, you know, for lashes, nails, lipstick, lip gloss, you know, the hair, all type of stuff, right? That I've created a hella designs for, almost too many. It's been a lot, but and I appreciate you sisters for always reaching out to me and showing me love. I really appreciate you. But I feel like you guys are being targeted the most because they know that you guys are the most ambitious and you're willing to spend money. You're really willing to spend money, especially if the person looks like they're your people or they're of God or they're showing love and they seem legit. They're targeting you first. So one of the first things that I want you to do, not only my black women, but I want y'all to pay attention. One of the first things I want you to do once this type of person is contacting you, one of the first things I want you to do is ask them to get on the phone. Let me tell you something that will eliminate, I would say it's a big list of people. Once you ask them to get on the phone, you're going to eliminate half of them just right there. The moment you ask them, yo, I want to get on the phone and talk to you, that's going to eliminate half of them. Because one thing about most scammers, they don't even speak English. Number one, this is for my American women. They don't even speak English. So once you try to get on the phone with them, they're automatically going to either try to hurry up and get the money from you, or they're just going to phase out and block you and not even want to deal with it because they can't speak English. And they know once you get on the phone with them, you're going to notice something sketchy and you're not even going to want to do it. Right. So the very first thing you need to do is ask them to get on the phone. You know, just ask in a very nice manner. I appreciate you sending me these prices and everything. Can I get on the phone and speak to you so I can just get a understanding of what I'm trying to get done? Right. But let's say there's because like I said, there's a list of them. Half of them you have phased out now, but some of them speak English. So the other half speak English. So they may get on the phone with you. So once they get on the phone with you, this is what I want you to do. Start asking questions about what they do. So as you can see in this picture right now, let's zoom in on this. Yvonne Tunes. So once you see Yvonne Tunes, one of the first things you could do is just ask Yvonne Tunes about Yvonne Tunes. Just be like, Yvonne, who are you? Where are you from? Like, how did you get into graphic design? Just ask questions that seem irritating to that person. But if this person is legit and they're trying to get a sale, why would they not want to answer you? So just ask them, who are you? Like, yo, where are you from? How did you find my page? Like, ask them about the prices of the things that they sell. And one of the things that I find that is always very effective with people is ask them about what they're selling. Like cartoon designs. Number one, cartoon designs. Most cartoon designs are created in vector programs like Illustrator and things of that nature. I don't want to go through all of them, but things of that nature. Ask them how they created. Ask them, is there any way you can is there any way they can send you some examples of the type of cartoons they've created for people previously? Now, pay attention to if they do this. If you do get this far with a person, pay attention to the designs that they send over to you. Make sure all of them seem consistent. Make sure they're tagged by that person. And one of the easiest ways to figure this out is as they send you pictures, or even if you look at pictures on their profile, screenshot the pictures and then put those pictures into Google Images. I'm telling you, most of the time you will find out where these pictures originated from, and they're usually from other designers. I know this because you could go to a lot of these fake pages and they have my designs on their page. And and sometimes you'll see my tag. I always leave my tags in hidden places. So I feel like people who always zoom in and pay attention to a picture, you'll see that big JAY on it. But yeah, that's one thing that I want you to do is pay attention to the pictures that they send. Google search those images. The way to do it, all you have to do is if you have Google Chrome, I think you can do this on more places than Chrome though. What I want you to do is take the picture that they send. Once they send that picture, take it into Google. I want you to go to Google Images. Click on Images once you go to Google. And then what I want you to do is grab that picture and slide it right into that menu bar. Once you slide it in there, Google does an image search where it scrubs the entire internet for that picture. But don't do that with just one picture. Don't do that with one picture and then be like, oh, shit, I didn't see that shit on the internet. That's legit. That person made that. No, search everything. You need to be a goddamn detective when it comes to your money. Don't be letting people just have you sending them hundreds of dollars for some shit you barely know about. OK. All right, let's continue. So as you can see, it says logo. OK, now logo. There are so many different types of logos. That's another thing. A lot of these designers, they get too slick with their mouth with these logo shit. Right. Anything could be a logo. You could take a fucking picture of any damn thing and turn it into a logo. But what I want you to understand is most legit designers, when they create logos, most logos that they create are always words and symbols. Pay attention to that. Words and symbols when it comes down to a logo. So when a person says they're selling logos, ask them about the type of logos. And another way to figure out if a person is a real legit designer, ask them, once you complete the logo, what do you export the logo as? Now pay attention to that type of wording because most designers know once you sell somebody a logo, you need to give them a logo in a JPEG version with a white background, a transparent version that means a transparent background so you can put the logo on things, and you want a vector file of the logo. So let's say you want to use it for big business, large business signs and things of that nature, or just for project reasons, you want to have that vector file. If they're not speaking any of this type of language that I'm speaking right now, you're probably not dealing with a legit person. Or you're just dealing with a designer that's amateur. And trust me, there's nothing wrong with shopping with an amateur, but make sure you're messing with an amateur that you know that's not just creating you any goddamn thing. Now, you see the difference in the things that I'm talking about. Cartoon pick, logo. Now let's get into album cover. Now, album cover, this is what I want you to understand. This is designed in a completely different way than cartoon pick and logo. Cartoon pick and logo, you're really dealing with a lot more vector designs. Now, when it comes to album cover, that's a whole nother program. Or application, whatever you want to call it. That is more Photoshop. Most of the time when you see a person creating an album cover, mixtape cover, single cover, any of these type of designs where it relates to music, for the most part, universally, you could do your research on this. I'm not making this up or just telling you anything. Universally, most people are using Photoshop. They're using Photoshop It's only because that's just the universal program that people use when it comes down to putting together album covers, especially if you're using a picture of yourself. It's really just the easiest thing to use. But listen to what I'm saying. Look at the big difference in all of these things. Now, understand that if a person has this much skill where they're using all of these different programs and they're at such a high level, why are they charging such a low price? That doesn't sound weird. That should automatically be like a red flag for you. Like, hold on, now don't get it twisted. It could be somebody that's legit. Maybe somebody just like really enjoys design that much where they just like, you know what, I'm doing designs for $40. I don't give a damn. I know how to do all this shit, but everything going for 40. Everything must go sell. You know what I'm saying? Which is rare, but I'm not saying that it's not out there. I'm just saying that it's very rare that they just inboxing everybody, letting everything go for $40. It's just not happening. Okay, so now, this is another thing that I want you to pay attention to, is the payment system. Okay, so this is something I've been seeing recently, but this wasn't like a big thing when I first heard about it, right? When I first heard about this wasn't like a super big thing that a lot of people were into, but I'm seeing this very heavy now, right? So one tactic that a scammer uses lately is scammers use this tactic where the only way you can pay them to get a design or to get any type of service is through crypto. So that's a very funny thing I want you to pay attention to and make sure you really question a person once it gets to that. Just be like, why? Why crypto? Because number one, there's so many different payment platforms: Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, Western Union, MoneyGram. The list just goes on. But for some reason, they don't want to do nothing, have no conversations or anything unless you want to do crypto. They're like, oh, I want to receive this in Bitcoin. I want to receive this in not only Bitcoin, Coinbase, all these different platforms. They're like, listen, I can only receive payments from you through crypto. And my thing is, once a person starts acting like that, you need to automatically be sketchy. Like, hold on, wait. Why can you only receive this in crypto? Like, what is the reason for that? See, the reason why a lot of them are transferring over to crypto, this is just in my opinion, is only because America has really been cracking down on a lot of these online transactions that's going on. And in order for you to be receiving these transactions, they're going to need some identity of who you are. They may need social security social security numbers and things of that nature. So maybe that is the reason why, they're getting really funny about actually you sending them just some money straight up through Cash App and Zelle. So on her profile, well, allegedly her, because we don't even know what this is, it says Cash App and Zelle. See, now Cash App and Zelle, you have to understand with these payment platforms, people can put money on them or get the money, erase their accounts. You never hear from them again. These are very sketchy platforms. And actually, in my opinion, I feel like all the payment platforms are sketchy. PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, all of that shit is sketchy. Like, it's sketchy in my opinion, because anybody could just create one. Like, anybody can create one and receive some money without, actually completely verifying exactly who they are, picture proof and everything. So you should already be sketchy about that anyway. If anything, like I always say, try to find somebody that you personally know. If you don't personally know this person, try to find people that other people that you know personally have dealt with. It's you playing a very dangerous game on this internet once you want to start getting designs and all this type of shit completed from people that you don't know in all of these other cities because you don't know. So this is another thing I talked about to the guy on the I feel like I'm moving too much, but this is another thing that I talked to about the guy in my inbox about this, is there are legit designers who scam people. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. There are legit designers who scam people. I know what you're thinking to yourself. What? A legit designer scamming people? Yes, bro. I'm not making this up. There are people out here. Actually, really, a lot of the people who've been scammed come forward. Real talk, because a lot of y'all that's not coming forward, they're just getting scammed. Oh, I got scammed. I'm going to just go to the next designer and tell them my experience. Come forward. Start exposing these people. Start making videos, Like, I feel like a lot of people come forward with so many other things, but y'all are never coming forward when it comes down to people scamming you with this graphic design shit. You need to come forward and start exposing when this type of shit happens. If a person has done you wrong, come forward. What are you hiding for? Listen, when you get scammed by somebody and you don't say nothing, you're enabling that person to go do that to somebody else. Especially if they have an active profile and they constantly doing it, expose that person. Make sure ain't nobody else getting hit up. Jesus. Okay. I done lost my point thinking about that shit. Yes, but there are legit graphic designers who have scammed people. Let me get into that. So when I first came into this graphic design thing, what was that, 2013 or 14? One thing that kept intriguing me is I would see, big time designers with like hella complaints. And I used to be like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, and I'm talking about dudes that's dope. Still to this day, dope. And what happens is once a person reaches a certain level in life, once they become, famous, infamous, or, just a person that is extremely well recognized by the people from their talents. It's weird because they get put on a pedestal so high that people won't believe something that's sketchy. And I feel like this has happened with many rappers, many celebrities that we've seen. But this has happened with graphic designers too. There are graphic designers out there who are quote unquote celebrity graphic designers, or they only do things for, higher end projects. They scam people too. So a lot of these tactics that I just told you to follow when it comes down to, graphic design scammers, a lot of these things that I'm teaching you is just how to really get the little guys who are running around hitting up your inbox with all these weird long messages about their prices and all that type of shit. Make sure you follow those steps that I just told you earlier, as far as calling and all that type of shit. But when it comes to these big artists, you have to understand they will scam you. And then they will completely act like they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And they will try to make it seem like you're crazy or you're just making up shit. But that's the main reason why it goes back to my point. Work with somebody that you are comfortable with and that has history, or that someone around you personally knows in some type of manner. A person with history. Stop just trusting a person just because they have a big name, or because a lot of times I feel like people do that. They feel like, oh, this person worked with Young Jeezy. Oh, I got to get my stuff done with them so I can be famous like Young Jeezy if I work with them. That's not going to fucking happen. Let's just be realistic here. Just because this person has worked with all of these famous celebrities and all that other type of stuff does not mean that they can just make you a design and just make you famous. If that is possible, I'm not going to lie to you. You might want to go hit that up. But it's very rare that something like that will happen. And I don't want you to purchase a design for that reason. Purchase a design because you like it. Purchase a design because you like it. This is what you want to go for. This is the type of look that you are trying to have with whatever you're doing. And choose that person. And make sure when you choose that person, you follow the steps that I said. Let me say the steps again. Let me try to say them as quick as possible because my mind is scattered right now. Make sure you get that person on the phone. Make sure you start questioning their history. Ask them about the type of designs. And just ask them about themselves. Just ask them, what is their mission? Just ask so many questions that they're just irritated with you. Like, why is this person asking me so much questions? Do whatever you have to do to make yourself comfortable. And the final thing is pay attention to the payment system. Oh, and a bonus one is see if they have other profiles. See if they have other social media accounts. See if because most designers, they have other social media accounts. They have websites. Everything kind of leads to their name. So like, for example, if you was to see this guy right here, Josh Fred Artworks. One way to find out if Josh Fred Artworks is legit, go research Josh Fred Artworks. That simple. Go see if Josh Fred Artworks is everywhere. See if there's a Josh Fred Artworks on Twitter. Check Instagram. What's already on Instagram, but check Twitter, check Facebook, check YouTube. One thing about a person that does graphic design, you got to understand a real graphic design literally leaks out of their system. You understand? When you can find them everywhere. They're on YouTube, all type of different platforms. Unless this is just a designer that's just completely off the grid and off the internet. But most designers, especially if they come into you with all these prices, they're all over the place. They're all over the place. Something that's always sketchy to me is most real designers that I personally know that are very good at what they do, they usually don't inbox people. It's only because there's already so much people trying to get designs from them. It's hard for them just to, handle what's going on. So it's kind of rare that they're actually like reaching out and inboxing, people with 200 followers and shit like that. Because really they're trying to get those big fish, like the big businesses and the people that are paying big money. They don't usually just try to get the regular average Joe because, they even say in statistics, the average American can't even handle a $400 emergency. So you can't expect just an average Joe to pull out $1,000 out their ass to pay for a design. It doesn't work like that. It's something that most people usually have to save up for. And I think that's what really bothers me the most. It bothers me knowing that somebody is out there working hard at their job. An older person is getting their Social Security. You know what I'm saying? Like a young person that just got their first job. An upcoming rapper has been in the studio all day, every day, really trying to get somewhere. And they see this designer and they trying to get this person to help them get their career off the ground. A young woman is somewhere probably creating the greatest lash business to ever come up ever. A young black woman is creating the greatest lipstick line ever. And she's going to a graphic designer. She sees a person and then that person scams them. Do you know how discouraging that is? That affects a person mentally. That affects your motivation of what you're trying to do. But I want all of my people to know who are out here working hard and striving to get things done. Just be careful and calculated with everything that you do. And I just don't want you guys to be discouraged. You can still be creative. You can still get a lot of great things done. But don't let this graphic designer scammer shit fuck up the progress of what you have going on. And understand these people do exist and they're still around. It's funny because the scammer thing, let's talk about that. The scammer thing, really when it comes to Instagram, one of the first big scams that people was doing was $50 for $500. It was like $10 for $100. $1,000 for $10,000, shit like that. Those were some of the first scams I ever was seeing like on Instagram super heavy, right? But then it's like the scams like transitioned into other things. It's like the scammers, they pick and choose fast hustles to play on people. And somehow it transferred into my field. And it pisses me off every time I see it. Because y'all could have chose anything to be selling people, but you're going to sell my shit to people. Crazy, man. But then, they transferred over to graphic design. Now, the new scam that they do now is the NFTs, which that's dying out now. They're doing NFT scams. And they was going to people. This is like 2020 when the NFTs was going absolutely bananas. They was inboxing people, sending you pictures of monkeys and shit like that, colorful monkeys. Yo, join the colorful ape NFT. You join this colorful ape NFT. If you buy some of this, it'll turn into $10,000 in about 5 years. Just stupid shit. Stupid shit that I knew wasn't legit or real, but I just feel like in America, especially America, we all want to live the American dream. We all want to have, money. We all just want to live comfortable. We all just want happiness. And I feel like that's a reason why a lot of us fall for these scams. We just want happiness. And we feel like, people sell us a dream. We think that they're selling something that could bring us that instant gratification or that happiness, that long road, whatever they sell us is going to lead us into success. But understand, man, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably isn't true. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to address that because they're coming back, man. So, okay, so let's say you get contacted by these type of people. I'll give y'all some advice real quick. Daddy Daddy J Damage will give you some advice. I'm gonna talk to you as if I talk to my children. If you see something, go try to learn it. Go try to learn graphic design. This is actually a lot easier than what you think. If a person is trying to sell you the NFT stuff, just go learn about it. You probably are way better than the people selling this type of product. Go try to learn about it and make sure you learn about it very well, and you won't even need to deal with these individuals creating all of this scamming stuff. And a quick tip is, if you want a cartoon design, they have AI art now. You don't need this scammer shit. You don't need it. We have AI art now. AI art is literally shooking up the art community. And all these people like selling cartoon pictures, you don't even need that shit anymore. You want a cartoon of yourself, download a AI art app and literally put your pictures on there and just say you want a cartoon of yourself, and boom, you can get that within seconds. It's 2023. Don't fall for this stupid shit. All right. This is J Damage, and I'm going to get into some real designs. Let me make sure nobody is talking. Yo, shout out to Damian Luton. I hope I'm saying that right. Shout out to my brother coming on, commenting and saying, right. That's right. It's only because I'm not going to come on here lying to y'all, telling y'all no lies and all that other type of shit. Man, this shit is so much easier than what y'all think. You don't have to scam. Oh, yeah, let me tell y'all. So one time, it was a dude, he came in my inbox, with the scamming dumb shit. And I told him straight up, I said, bro, why are you trying to sell me this, bro? I'm a designer. Why are you trying to sell me this shit? I've designed thousands of designs. I can see that you're lying right now. Why are you trying to sell me this? So he got on the phone with me, African brother, man. We sat down. Well, we didn't sit down together, but we talked on the phone for a very long time. I'd say probably like 2 hours. And I just was asking him, why, bruh? Why are you scamming? Like, what is the reason for this? And he just told me, he said, yo, this is very popular out here in our country. Like a lot of people do this. It's only because where we live at is very poor. He hopped on the video with me and he started showing me like, the different, like, he would start showing me his house. His house actually wasn't really that bad. It wasn't like he was living in some fucking hut or something. But he was basically showing me like the environment that he lives in. I can't remember what country he was telling me in Africa, but he was like showing me like the way that they're living. They was living bad. Don't get it twisted. They was living bad. And he was just telling me that this is basically something that they figured out, and this is a way that they like make money basically. Like, yo, and he just was saying that it's just something that he just does for fun. Like he said, when he first started doing it, he was feeling bad. But then he said, he just kept doing it, and it's almost like an addiction. He just kept doing it, and then, he just started getting people to bite. People start paying him money, so he just kept doing it. And he was telling me, he was like, man, like me and all my friends steal your pictures. And I was like, bro, why the hell y'all stealing my pictures, man? Go steal something from one of these other niggas, man. Stop stealing my shit. But he was honest with me, man. He told me straight up, like, listen, we've stolen pictures from like all of the designers that we feel are good, which is flattering but terrible. And he was like, all the designers that we feel are good, we steal their images, and we basically just try to find, and he was saying that they mainly try to target old people, which I don't believe, because if anything, I always see them really mainly targeting young black women. But he said they mainly target old people and all this other type of shit. And I just was like, bro, listen to me, man. And he was Muslim. And I told him, I said, bro, this is wrong, bro. As a Muslim, be a good Muslim and stop this, bro. There's other ways to get some money, and you don't have to do it. And I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, this graphic design shit ain't even hard. Scamming graphic design is so fucking weird, bro. It's not even hard to do. I just was telling him, like, bro, you could do this. Bro, you could legit have money. You don't have to be scamming. Like, all of this shit that I'm telling you, it's not even that hard to do. And he just kept breaking it down to me like, Jay, we have nothing out here. Like what we doing on our cell phones, contacting people, like this all we got. And I told him straight up, I said, listen, go ahead and keep doing your scamming thing. I can't tell you what to do. But I told him, once you get enough money, go buy you a laptop or whatever you got to do online the same way that you're doing that, and go do something legit, man. Stop this scamming shit. This shit is goofy. And it's only going to last for so long. The internet is going to figure you out. They're going to figure you out eventually, and all y'all going to be in jail. And in those poorer countries, their jails is probably way worse than what we have in America. So I'm trying to tell him, just stop. Stop you going down a bad road. You don't want something to happen to you. And I never heard from this man again, which he probably still around somewhere scamming. But I say that to say this. I believe, which I'm not going to get too deep into religion or anything like that, but I'll just say it like this. I believe there's karma. If whatever you put into the universe is what you will receive back. If you go around scamming people, playing people, doing evil things, understand that there will not be a glorious road ahead. There's going to be a dark road ahead. There's no way you're going to go around doing wrong your entire life and just think that everything is going to be cool. You don't know how this is going to come back and hit you. So I'm asking my people, anybody that's out there scamming, you don't have to come forward and tell me I'm scamming and I want to get my life together. No. The only thing I'm asking you please to do, because if you are seeing me, hearing my voice, there has to be a reason. This is something in the universe telling you that you need to stop. It's time to stop. Because I'm telling you, one of the worst things you want to happen to you is for you to go to jail and go to prison and you're not ready. You ain't physically ready. Some of y'all not ready to be locked up. Y'all think this scamming shit is a game until you really got to be in somebody's prison and you end up in prison with somebody my size. Then you're going to have a whole nother fight to be fighting. You can't scam yourself out of a fight either. So please, y'all, please. I don't want any of y'all to go to jail or even get killed playing this scamming game with people. If you've been doing this scamming shit, I'm asking you, please stop, man. This shit is goofy. And that's it. I think I said that was it before, but I really want y'all to stop that shit, man. That shit is so corny. And I want everybody to stop falling for these same tricks, man. These same scamming tricks. This shit has been going on for too long. And I feel like why are we still falling for this in 2023? Come on now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on this little design. So as you can see on the screen, we have Rollo Tubbs and his mother. I can't not think of her name right now. It's her name, Donna. And what we're going to do is go ahead and I'm going to show y'all how to do this line work, and then I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, right? So basically anytime, and you don't have to scam to do this, right? So what you want to do is open up Illustrator and then open up your what we're going to do is we're going to use the pen tool and the curvature tool in order to do the line work on this project. So what we're going to do is open up the program, go to the left side of your screen. You see a open box and a closed box. Double click on the open box. Change the color to black. Click OK. If the color changes to white, don't worry. Just double click and choose the black again. And what you want to do with this pen tool and this curvature tool, you want to go ahead and start hitting the outlines. As you can see, we're going around her hair. Let's go around her hair. What you want to do is anytime you're using this curvature tool and this pen tool, you want to make sure you're using it in a motion where you're hitting the outlines as smooth and perfect as possible. As you see what I'm doing, I'm taking my time, making sure that curvature tool is curving the right way around this woman's hair. You see that? And what you want to do, if you feel like you messed up or anything, just go through and adjust those anchor points. Adjust those anchor points until you have this in the right motion. As you can see, we're coming around. What you want to do is click off of it. Click off the design and then click the tool again and start again. You see I'm clicking off, I'm clicking back to the curvature tool, and I'm coming back around. Now to make a sharp anchor point, what I want you to do is click on the pen tool, click on that anchor point, and then click where you want the end to go. So the end anchor point will go right here. Now we're going to grab the curvature tool and wrap that around. So start pulling that all around. Make sure we pull that around until it is just like the original line that was there originally. Add as many anchor points that you need to add in order to achieve that look. Now look at that. We have got the hair halfway done that fast. This is not a hard process to do. You don't have to scam anybody in order to do this. And trust me, if you do this the correct way, you can actually make more money off of doing this the legit way than scamming. Or you could just not do it at all. Look at that. Now, remember, for the eyes, on most Family Guy and Cleveland Show characters, as you can see, the eyes are always perfect circles. What you want to do is click on your shape tool, which is right under the pen tool. And what you want to do is right click it and choose whatever shape you want to choose. We're, of course, using circles, the ellipse tool for the circles. What I want you to do is hold shift and then click and drag to get that perfect circle. As you can see, we have the perfect circle on our eye. Let me make these lines a little bit thinner. Excuse me. In order to make these lines thinner, what I want you to do is select the entire thing and then go to the top to right where it says stroke and take that number down. I'm going to take it down to 0.5 because Family Guy and all shows affiliated all have thin lines on their characters. So I'm going to take the curvature tool, hit that eye. Her eyes kind of look like she's zooted right now, but that's all good. Now, yesterday when I did the design for Cleveland Jr., I made the eyes in his, the eye dots in his eyes too big. So let's not try to get too big today. I feel like when I look back at it, I was like, damn, his pupils are dilated. All right, so then what we want to do is, let's say you made this eye, and as you can see, most eyes in Family Guy, they're all just duplicates. So in order to duplicate any shape or design you're creating, all you want to do is Command C and Command V. That's how you copy and paste something, right? But this, we want to drag this straight to the other side. So what you want to do is Command C, Command F. Now what you did, you just pasted that in front of the original design. It looks like nothing happened, but actually the new design is right on top of the old one. So what you want to do is drag that over. But what you want to do is hold shift so you can keep it on the same line. Now, as you can see her, that's pretty much just a turn like that. And boom. That easy. Now, another way to do this, and this is just some quick tips to duplicate it, hold the Option key. Oh shit, I hit something wrong. If you mess up, just hit Command Z to undo. But what you want to do is hold the Option key and then drag that over. Boom. I just showed you, 3 different ways how to duplicate a design. Ain't that nice? Let's take the eye up. Nope. Let's get that. Take that up. Okay, cool. So let's get around the head. Let's get around that head. Boom. Now let's get her forehead. Let's get her nose. As you can see, I'm overlapping the lines. That is for a reason. As you can see, the lips. See, I like lips like these. I like how the newer style of black women lips are a lot more accurate and a lot more pretty looking. I feel like in a lot of older cartoons, they used to have black women lips looking kind of goofy. But I like how, pretty these are. Pretty these lips are now. They're not too, they're big, which, I'm not a fucking idiot. I know that us black people, we have large, full lips. But I just don't like when they're ridiculously big to where it looks racist. I don't like that. But I do like for them to be at least realistic to who we are. Let me move that over a little bit. Let me not play into the fucking stereotype I'm complaining about. And let's add that. Boom. You can see I'm using both the curvature tool and the pen tool to my advantage. That is a circle. Use the shape tool. Let's get that circle popping. Let's go around the ear. I can't really see her ear. This picture is so pixelated. I can't really see the ear that well. Let me see. Let me try to bring up the template. Let's see if I can see that ear a little bit better. I still don't see nothing. I just see a line right there. I'm just going to go by what I'm seeing. It's hard for me to take that the right way if I can't see it. Let's just make a line right there, because that's what it looks like. Let me check my sights, make sure there are no questions, and make sure we still on the same page. Okay, we good. We good. Let's go. Let's go around that neck. Boom. Let's go around her shoulder. This is the thing with cartoon design. Let's say, I've actually had this happen before. Let's say somebody wanted a cartoon design of a Family Guy or Cleveland Show type of cartoon. These are actually very easy cartoons to create. So if you are a person who plans on getting into cartoon design, I think this would be a good place to start. If you wanted to, get yourself started in cartoon design, I feel like if you were to do these type of cartoons, this would be a very good place to start, and probably a very good way to make some money, because everybody likes these shows and people would love to see what themselves would look like as a Family Guy, Cleveland Show, American Dad type of character. So that's just a quick tip for my people out there that's probably thinking about getting into design. Learning this method will jump you right in there. So let's go around the shirt. And let's add that chain. That chain is coming around kind of like that. And boom. Let's try to adjust those anchor points in order to get the shape that we need out of this. I remember the first time I ever spoke on graphic design scammers. It was a dude that inboxed me and said, "Why you knocking niggas hustle, man? Man, why you knocking niggas hustle? Man, fuck that. Stop that stupid ass shit. That ain't no niggas hustle. That ain't nothing but some people who don't give a damn about you or me." A lot of times when them people is scamming, some of them have intentions of doing this to our people specifically. So some of y'all that is of my race that's telling me don't expose these people because I'm knocking they hustle, understand that's your mama they doing it to. That's your sister they doing that shit to. That's your grandparents they're doing that shit to. You don't see them targeting. If you notice, they only target a certain type of individual. And most of the time, it's us. Because they think we're stupid. So a lot of y'all need to stop saying that. Stop saying, oh, I'm trying to knock a nigga hustle. That ain't no hustle. A real hustler will figure some shit out. A real hustler ain't just sitting around scamming. That ain't hustling. And this is coming from an actual hustler. We don't do that goofy ass shit. That's one thing you need to understand about hustlers. We not out here scamming nobody. We doing player shit. Ain't no hustlers out here gotta scam nobody. We ain't gotta scam because if your game is tight, you ain't gotta scam nobody. If your game is tight, you ain't gotta scam nobody. Because if you official like a whistle, people gonna know. And my thing is, the scamming shit is stupid anyway. Because number one, you want to keep your money flowing. Scamming is for people that just need some quick money that's just trying to, get some money and run off on somebody. Number one, if you a real hustler, you trying to stay getting money. You ain't trying to get some money and run off on a nigga and all that type of shit. That's some stupid shit. That's some stupid, goofy. Really, we call that shit, that's what junkies do. That's what junkies do. Junkies try to get that quick money and run off on somebody and, just so they can get high or something like that. That's junkie activity. That's not hustler shit. So y'all really need to keep that hustler shit out your mouth. Because some of y'all ain't even hustlers. Y'all ain't never been getting money before. And you have the nerve to say somebody is knocking somebody hustle if I'm exposing something that's affecting our people negatively. So you really need to watch your mouth with that. As you see, if you are continually, I feel like I'm going crazy to normal. But if you're watching these videos, you can see we're just doing the line work. If you're just now stepping in, shout out to all of my people on Trovo, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And also, I am now on Behance. Shout out to all my people on Behance. I had like 3 people watching me. Shout out to those 3 people. Shout out to them 3 little people, showing me some of that little love. I appreciate that. I don't need no large audience to be who I am. It's because I had customers way before this. And I will have customers after it. So I don't necessarily need it. But I feel like people need designers out here doing live streams or just being consistent to where people could contact us directly. Because I'm probably going to save some of y'all, for real. I feel like me putting this information out here, this is going to save a lot of people. Because a lot of y'all don't know this. And a lot of y'all are getting scammed and y'all not saying nothing, man. That's what frustrates me. If you're getting scammed, man, please come forward. And I always tell people, if me personally, if I, J Damage, have ever did you wrong, I ain't no fucking scammer. I ain't never scammed nobody. I've been doing this about to be 10 years and you don't see no smut on my name. But if I did do you wrong in some type of way and you feel like I did you wrong, oh, I'm exposing J Damage, he did me wrong, which I doubt that I have. But if I ever have and I just didn't realize it, you make sure you inbox me and come talk to me directly and we can do whatever we have to do to make things right. That's one thing about me that everybody knows. I'm not too big to be criticized. I'm not too big to be checked or anything of that nature. If I'm wrong, I'll make sure I apologize and do whatever I have to do to make things right. But I don't move like that. A lot of times if I'm wrong, I'm probably unknowingly wrong. But yeah, one thing about customers, once you get to the point of having customers, one of the the best ways to keep customers is by pure honesty. Pure honesty. Be pure and honest with the people who are shopping with you. Straight up. Be pure and honest. Listen, I don't know how to do that. Just be real with people. Be like, man, listen, I don't know how to do that. Hey, look, I'm not that good. I haven't figured that out yet. People will shop with you even more just knowing that you're just keeping it real. I'm telling you, like when I first started graphic design, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But people knew that I was already a hustler. I've been doing my thing with other things. And they're like, you know what? I trust you, though. I know that you're a legit person. So I trust that you're going to figure it out. So I'm going to send you this money just because I trust you. And that's one of the most beautiful things you can have about any situation when it comes down to anything. You want to build credit with people. When people know that you've already been doing legit things with a lot of people are going to shop with you just because of that. They're going to be like, man, when that dude used to work at McDonald's, he was a good dude. So I'm going to shop with him just off that fact, just because I know he's a good dude. Man, this arm looks so ugly to me, bro. What is going on? Okay, so we got Miss Donna. Hopefully mines don't look too ridiculous. Yeah, I feel like it looks like her. I didn't get too ridiculous. Let's see. Let's see what the people are saying. I see Hang Too Low. That's my dog. That's my dog Cookies. We go way back like a Cadillac with 4 flats. And shout out to everybody who is watching on Trovo, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Okay, so once you get to this point of the design, if you've been watching me previously, you already know what I'm about to say. But to all my new people who are watching, this is what you do once you finish all of your line work and you already done follow my method and you already done, what do you call this? Overshooting your lines. Once you get to this point, what I want you to do is get your selection tool and select the entire project. Boom. Once the entire thing is selected, you'll see that color highlighted. My color is red. You'll see red highlighted over the whole thing. Go to the top of the screen, click Object, then click Group. Once you group the project, what I want you to do is go back to the top of the screen and hit Object and then scroll down to Expand. Boom. Once the Expand menu pops up, just press OK. Boom. Once you have it like that, what I want you to do now is go to the right side of the screen and click on Pathfinder. If you don't see Pathfinder, all you have to do is go to the top of the screen, click on Window, then scroll all the way down until you see Pathfinder. But once you click Pathfinder, you will get this menu that I'm talking about. Pathfinder menu. On the Pathfinder menu, go to the bottom left side and you should see something that says Divide. Hover your mouse over it. If you hold your mouse over it, it's going to say Divide. Click that. Boom. Once you have that, now you are ready to start getting rid of all of those unnecessary lines in the project. So what I want you to do is click off of it and then click your white selection tool, which is called the direct selection tool. It's right next to your selection tool. It's the white one. Instead of the black mouse, it's the white mouse. Click on that. Boom. Now you're ready. So let's start getting rid of all those access lines. You could either just click and press delete, click and press delete. Or what you can do is if you want to delete more at a time, what you want to do is hold shift and start deleting them. Boom, 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 boom. See, when you hold shift and you start clicking them, that's how you get rid of a lot of them at the same time. So hold shift and click on as many as possible that you feel like you want to click on. I might stop right here at the eyes. And once you feel like you've clicked enough, let go of shift and then just start hitting delete until everything is gone. Boom, look at that. Let's keep going. I don't remember how her hair was going. Okay, so boom. Let's get rid of that. Delete. And you see, now you're starting to see how clean everything is coming together. It's coming together very clean. If you notice, anytime you have a project like this, the way that they get those lines very clean in this type of manner is by overshooting the lines. Now, you don't always have to follow this method. when you are using Illustrator. You don't have to overshoot your lines every single time. This is just something that I show beginners in order to get these very clean lines that people see me have on a lot of my designs. When people see my designs, they always say, how are you getting your designs that fucking clean? Like, how are you getting these extremely clean lines on your designs? Like, I could create a design and it looks exactly like the original. Like, it looks like you work for the damn Family Guy people. The way that I'm getting that is by overshooting these lines in the line work, and that is how you get it to look extremely legit. It should look so legit that as soon as I turn on the original image, it should look like I'm looking at the same picture. See, I'll turn on the original image. Boom. It looks like the exact same picture. It almost looks like enhancements. Matter of fact, I forgot to get these lines right there and that line right there, but I'll get that later. But yeah, as of right now, let's get rid of all those access lines. You see, boom. These are lines around the breast area. Let's get rid of those. Boom. Now we see some full breast. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's get it off her bum. Right there. Boom, boom. Let's get the fingers. Boom, boom. Let's go down. Let's get the rest. Trying to get as much as possible so we ain't here all goddamn day. And when you are working for a customer, don't be taking all goddamn day. Make sure you get through your project and delete all this unnecessary shit. It shouldn't even take you long. Look at that. Now, if you run into this problem right here, if you see a line, this line merged into the other line. Sometimes that just happens. Now, what you got to do when this happens, just get surgical. If your project has too many of these, you might have did something wrong. But every blue moon, this would just pop up. So what you want to do is click on your curvature tool and just start getting rid of those anchor points in this line you're trying to get rid of. Just click the anchor point, delete. Click, delete. Click, delete. Click, delete. Now you are in the game. It is gone. Let me make sure there is no lines behind it. And look at that. Boom. We got rid of it. You see her shoes? We can now see her shoes. Let's inspect. Inspect this woman. Make sure there are nothing missing. Nothing that needs to be added. Oh, look. Look at her arm. Almost forgot that. That's why you want to pay attention and always check your work. You remember in school when you was doing math and they said, go back and check, show your work and all that type of shit? Yeah, see, you got to keep doing that. See, that's why you should have learned that when you was a kid. Because if you learned it when you was a kid, this wouldn't be an issue now. Okay, so once you get to this point where you feel like you've fully done your line work, no, I'm not done. Because remember I said I got to add those extra lines. So she has lines. She has crow's feet around her. Now, you don't have to do this. If you don't want to, I'm going to do it because I want to. So let's just add those lines. We just adding some lines. Now, understand, I'm not overshooting these lines I'm adding. Matter of fact, let me look at her original image. Let me go online, look at her original image, and make sure I'm on point. Donna Tubbs. Let's get a close-up picture on the side. I want to see if those crow's feet or are those lashes. Okay, so those are lashes. Those aren't crow's feet. So those are lashes. So let's make 2 lashes. Let's just make 2 itty bitty little lashes. Let's go around just like that. Boom. That's 1. Let's make that even smaller. That's 1. Let's make 2 because I think she only has 2. Boom. That's 2. Okay, cool. So once because she doesn't even have them on the other side, does she? Let me look at her original image. No, in our original image, I don't even see any on the other eye. I just see it on that one eye. Huh. That's weird. Why did they design it like that? That's odd. Okay, cool. So look, once you have that, go ahead and hide your original layer that has the original picture or anything. You only want to be able to see your line work layer visible. Select the entire thing, just like you did before. Select the entire thing, go to the top of the screen, and what I want you to do is hit Object, scroll down to Live Paint, and then click Make. Boom. You see that? Looks like not a damn thing happened. But the good thing is something did happen. Actually, what happened is now you are ready to paint your project. So we're not going to fully do this project because, like I said, we are only doing outline work on this video in particular. And what you want to do is what you want to do is paint in all the black things. That's what I do first. I always paint in all the blacks. Let's get all you blacks together. Everything that needs to be black. Let's look at her. I think that's all. I usually try to do a color at a time. So you color in all the blacks. Then let's get to the skin. Let's color in all the skin. So what I want you to do is use your eyedropper tool. If you look on the left side toolbar, it is the bottom 6th button on the right side of the left side toolbar. Click on that. It looks like a squirt bottle. And what I want you to do is to click whatever color you want to hit a lick on. You want to steal some colors? Steal that color out the face. Boom. Click on it. You stole it. Now, paint it in. Paint it in. Paint it in. You see? We just painting it in. Paint it in wherever it needs to go. Let's get them little feet. Okay. We got all the feet. Now, make sure you paint in everything correctly. You see anything from all the old access lines? Let's make sure we get those out the way. As you can see, we're getting those out the way. Now, matter of fact, some skin back here. Okay. We got everything. Now let's get them lips. Let's get them lips. Her lips are a weird red. Okay, let's get that. Boom. Click that eyedropper tool. Let's get them eyes. Her eyes are white. It's pretty simple. Let's get that colored in. Let's get her hair. I believe it's dark brown or black. Probably a dark brown. As you can see, you see those excess lines still in the inside. You have nothing to worry about. Just color that in. Just paint it in. Boom, boom. Just paint it in. Just paint it in. If you're doing simple line work, it shouldn't be that much to paint in. Now, if you use custom brushes, you won't have to deal with these extra things you have to color in. This is just for the line work. And look at that. We already got most of Donna done. She almost done. Okay, we about to finish you up, Donna. So what I want you to do is grab that eyedropper tool and let's keep clicking on them colors. Let's keep clicking on them colors. Boom. Oh shit. If you mess up, Command Z. Just like I just messed up. If you mess up, Command Z, do not be worried. Damn near anything can be corrected. And if you're a really good designer, you can correct any goddamn thing. Let's color that in. We're not adding no shadows or highlights, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's color that in. Let's get these lines that are around the breastal area, around the areola. Let's color that in. Okay, now let's get her pants. Her pants. If you notice, they added some thickness to her. Like what is this movement back here? What is going on, fam? They definitely made sure they added that on the black woman. Y'all pay attention to that. Okay, now let's add that in there. Boom. Okay, so now we got the pants. And let's get her shoes. I believe her shoes are the same color as the pants, but let's just make sure. Yeah, they is. So let me just select the color of the pants. Let me see, because the shoes seem darker, but I'm going to just choose the same color. So boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Look at that. We are done with Donna. I think we done. Okay, we got everything colored in. Look at that. That looked like the original Donna. It looked like Family Guy made that shit. That's what you get when you're doing legit design. You could design something to look exactly like the original once you're doing legit design. That didn't even take us long to do. That didn't even take us long to do. Now, just to make sure that we have everything colored in perfectly, what I usually do is start a new layer. Make sure this layer is right behind your line work or your color work or whatever we want to call this layer. And make sure you choose a very bright color that isn't a color that you're using within the project. So I always use bright neon green because I never use bright neon green. And I make a square right behind it. Click your shape tool and choose the rectangle tool and just make a big rectangle right behind her. Boom. And what I usually do, I just zoom in and make sure everything is colored in. Make sure you zoom in really good. Make sure everything is colored in. Make sure you didn't miss no colors. It don't look like we missed nothing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at it. All right. So if you mess up, don't worry. Just lock in that layer. Unlock your layer that you was coloring on. Grab your eyedropper tool. Choose the color that goes in that area. And then paint that in. Boom. See, we wouldn't even notice that if I didn't do this step. If I didn't do this step, I wouldn't even notice that. And I mind you, what I'm showing you right now, I never seen on a tutorial. It's just something I legit just made up. I legit just made up creating a layer with a bright color like that, and it just works for me. It may not work for you. You may think of something else, but hey, it works for me. So this is the final version of Donna Tubbs. You see how we made that? It didn't take that long. We didn't have to scam anybody, and we ran right through that. So anybody that's out there scamming, please stop, baby. Stop. Stop the scamming shit. You can do this shit, man. This shit is not that hard. My camera done moved. But this is not that hard, man. You can do this. Listen to me. I'm telling you, if you see in this video, this is a sign. This is a sign from someone up above, from the universe, telling you, stop scamming and do this legit, because it ain't even that hard, baby. This is J Damage. I'm about to get up out of here. I will see y'all later on. Today, I got to go pick up my kids from school. I hope y'all have a good day. And to anybody that's out here doing wrong, I'm asking you, today is the day to give your life to God. Now, y'all ain't telling you to give your life to God, but today is the day to get your stuff together, man, and go find you something to do. UPS is still hiring, baby.